welcome. We're the Weasley sisters. I'm Jessica, aka Naturally Knitty, and this is episode 204.
Yes. And I am Allena, also known as Starnitz, coming to you from the hot, hot state of Pennsylvania. It's May 18th. And this is our bi-monthly podcast. I'm just going to go with it. We're going to go every other week because just the way life is, that's how it's been happening. If you are a first-time watcher, welcome. If you're a returning watcher, thanks for coming back.
So, pull up a chair, grab your knitting, and craft along with us. We'll start off with Mojo. I have none.
I actually have some, so bear with me. So, as you know, last time we talked, I was joining a blanket of 6-inch squares that I had from when I first started knitting like 13 years ago, or crocheting. So I finally found more of the color and I finished it. So I finished this blanket. This is just ours.
So you crochet those together, right?
Yeah.
That's cool. I think I would do that if I ever.
So I finished that, and this one is mine because it's all like 6-inch squares that I did in a swap like years ago.
Yeah.
Then I was joining a hug for a fellow, actually a house cupper, because she's in Gryffindor now, or she's taking a term off. I don't remember, but Steno Jaws, I think that's how you say her Ravelry name. She was experiencing a loss, so we teamed up with some Gryffindors, and I joined a blanket for her and sent it to her. And actually, she got it and was like so in love with it. Like, she was so happy. Let me see if I can find it. She tagged me in it. Yeah. So she got it.
Awesome.
So she went through a loss recently, and that's why we made it. And I had joined it and sent it to her. And, it's just awesome to like send a hug out like that. And so that one I finished. And then I just actually the other day, I finished this hug that I'll be mailing out after this week, after tomorrow or Friday, because it's the spring festival for school. So I haven't had time to like think about anything else.
Yeah.
So I'll be sending this out with a card to go to the recipient. And this one is a hug card with all different Slytherins. So this one's going to a fellow Slytherin who also experienced a loss. And and then I sent out a bunch of squares for people to join for the Sunshine Committee. And I actually have some that I have to send out still. But like I'm working on getting like baby blankets and people hug blankets and stuff like that. So yeah. Oh, and I also finished.
Awesome.
I finished, if you remember, I was weaving a blanket and it was going to be for a baby. Yeah. And it was horrible. Like, it was the worst thing ever. It was, I think I deleted the pictures, but I gave it to the rabbit and the rabbit likes it.
Oh,
half. It was bad. I should have did like 5-on-5 stripes, but I don't know what I was thinking. And I was just like, oh, I'll just stripe it however I want. And so it looked like crap. I'm looking on my phone to see if I can find the crappy picture. It was so bad. Like, step away from the loom and don't touch it again bad. Okay, so here it is. It's so horrible. It's hilarious. Okay, so you can't even see it. So, like, not only was it like, there's like a ton of skipped stitches. Can you see them? It looks like crap. And I blame that mainly on the loom that I have because it is a junk loom. But like I sewed it together exactly how you're supposed to, and look how bad that joint is. And I think really it just looks bad because of the stripes were not the same.
I don't know. Mine kind of got wonky like that too. Like your edges need to be real straight, and you need to make sure when you beat the weft, like that you do it the same amount. So like, say every 10 rows is an inch or 2 inches. You know what I mean? Like mine wasn't super consistent, so it's kind of wonky like that.
I didn't take a picture of it, but I folded it over twice and sewed around the whole outside, so it looks really cool on the outside. It's just everywhere else that looked like crap. But like, if let me see if I can zoom in. Like, so see, like right there,
Yeah.
there was like I must have like skipped a hole because there's like 2 strands the whole way through. It was just bad. So yeah, so I like finished it and I stayed up and I was like, oh, this, and like when you're doing a project and you're like, oh, when I finish it, it'll be awesome and all the problems will be gone. Yeah.
Aww.
I think if I had like a real loom, it would be good. And I thought about getting a real loom for Mother's Day, but then I was like, oh, I don't need another. Like the whole reason why I got that crappy loom was because I really didn't want another thing to take my attention away from the stuff that I do like. Like I like spinning and stuff. So I don't know. So I decided not to. But anyways, that's my finishing mojo. It's all about
funny.
Baby.
That's funny. We can move on to whips.
Yeah.
I have been slowly working on some socks for our dad. They go in my purse. Doing 2 at a time, top down. So that's, not much progress. I'll probably do another inch or 2 and then I'll start at the heels. It's top down, but whatever. Yeah. So I do like a few rows here or there, whenever I want, or I'm sitting around doing nothing. Like I said, first project, which I have in a cute little bucket bag.
Oh, that is cute.
I haven't worked on my Find Your Facial in a long time, so I don't know. I need to like get back on it. But then term started, so like I have all these like unfinished projects because I didn't play for a term. So like I didn't have to have things finished, and like I'm very like about it. So yeah, so I didn't work on my Find Your Facial that much. I think I have 2 or 3 more colors to go. But whatever.
So with all the blankets that I finished, I turned in 2 of them for detention because I was like,
that's good. Those are all my knitting things. I have spinning, but if you have knitting or crochet.
So I have I also have socks that I'm working on. I am on the leg now. Let me pull them out. So I'm on the leg, I've turned the heel, and they're just like knitting along. It's the Aquaphobia pattern.
Yeah.
So it turned out really good. And it's like a simple pattern to knit, like easy. So I've just been knitting on that. That's like my attached to my purse project, and I take it with me everywhere. They are not for anyone but myself. And they're in Fairy Tale Knits yarn, a sport weight, her Thor's hammer, and the House Elf colorway. So that's what I'm knitting. So then I needed something that I can turn in for a class. So I broke down and I don't really have anything to make. Like, I'm not having a baby. No one I know is having a baby. Well, they are, but or they did, and I'm just really late, so I give up. I pulled out my sock yarn blanket and I started knitting on that again because, like, I'm babysitting during the day, so I need something to work on. And I need this blanket to be finished sometime in the next 10 years. So I pulled it out and I've been knitting on it, and I've been marking the squares that I did. I sewed in all the ends. Yay me. Then I started knitting some more. So I have quite a few actually.
That's awesome.
9 of them done, and I'm working on the 10th one. And as you can see, I throw my needle up here because I like to use the just double pointed, like 2 of them. Yeah. So I throw my needle in my hair, so I don't get, like if I have to get up and get the baby or something. And I like walk around. I like seriously went to the store today, and then I got home. I'm like, oh, here's my baby. Oh, like, no one like looked at me weird or anything. So whatever.
That's funny.
But yeah, so I've been working on that, and I'm just gonna, I guess, take a picture of all of it and turn it in for a class somewhere, because, you know, I'm like casting on and casting off so that it works. You can turn those in. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. I've gotten over my issues with that, because if I don't get over those issues, I'm never, ever, ever finishing this blanket.
Right.
So yeah, but that is my whips. How about, oh, you already talked about your whips. So how about spinning? Do you have any spinning?
I have been spinning, yes. Though I finished, I didn't count yardage because I'm lazy and I just don't want to count this. This was 8 ounces of Rolex. Sorry, it's like kind of washed out with the light. That I spun when I was at Crafters Retreat. It's basically gray and little bits of pink and like a gold yellow color. So I finished plying that, 8 ounces. It's kind of like lace weight-ish. But like I said, I haven't checked the yardage, but I'm guessing it's around 1,000. That's my guess.
That's awesome.
Maybe, you know, somewhere in there.
But it was because for the first?
Yeah, like I'll finish it. I'll hand it in for detention.
Oh, okay.
Because I finished
so
it.
Then
yeah.
it really doesn't count.
No, it doesn't count.
Unless you want a badge. I don't anymore.
What?
Unless you want a badge, which I never do.
No, I'm not into the badges. No. But yeah, so no, it was like a huge skein and it took forever to dry. But like, I don't know, it's fun. I'm thinking it'll be a cool shawl. Something simple-ish. I don't know. But yeah, it took forever to actually ply, like, just because it's fine. I'm also, I'm currently spinning on my Turtle Made standard size. I'm doing Happy Little Clouds colorway, which is basically like a bluish gray with that's kind of dark. Pops in neon color ish, I'll say. I don't know if you can see them all that well through this bag. But yeah, so that, and I'm going to be plying it with the first turtle I did with the unicorn guts.
Oh, that'll be cool.
So that'll be interesting, I think. Which Tallulah got into my turtle. Like, I found it on the floor one day. This stupid light is like so bright. Anyways, so yeah, it's kind of a little messed up. Anyways, so yeah, so I'm spinning on that. But then I've also been spinning. I went downstairs to my fiber room, I'll call it, where my stash is, and I looked on the shelves, and we've been like rearranging the house, so a lot of my stuff is like covered by some mattresses. So I can't get to all my stash. So there's like one cube that was accessible, which was the Younger Yarn cube of fiber. So I grabbed out a bunch of braids. So these are all Younger Yarn. This one, find the tag. I believe this one is it's Falkland, and the colorway is Transfiguration Progression. So it started out Let's see if you can see through there. Orange.
Yeah.
And then it faded up to the blue and then to this neon green, which I really like. I'm gonna end ply that. And then this one is the fiber is Fin, which I don't think I've ever spun before.
No, that's
and the colorway was Herbology. So it's just like kind of, I don't know, earthy, fallish, orgies, greens, whatever. It was fun to spin. I'm gonna just 2-ply that. And then and one more that is Punta wool, which I also hadn't spun before. And the colorway was Fairy Lights, which is like blues and lavenders. And I'll just 2-ply that one as well. I debated plying some together and doing a mashup, but I don't know. What do you think?
Oh, I think that would be interesting. Applied.
Yeah, I don't know. Like they're different fibers. And I get more yardage. I don't know. I'm not sure yet. I might just do 2-plies. I'm not sure.
It might look cool though.
It might. I know. I've been debating it. So anyway, so yeah. So I was, just spinning and filling up bobbins, which was kind of fun, and not plying it. Yeah. And those are all on my Acrework bobbins, which I love. But yeah. Younger yarn fiber, which Kasha doesn't dye anymore, does she? No.
No.
I don't think so. It's been a while. Actually, I think I bought some dye off her a long time ago.
It makes
Is she still in the cup?
I think so.
Anyways, she's cool. So yeah. Oh, and I also started. This is not younger yarn. Sorry for the crinkles. This is some Gnome Acres. I had it up in my bucket bag. My spinning bucket. It's Birdie Bots is the colorway. It's superwash merino, 30% bamboo and 10% nylon.
I like that.
So yeah, so I have more than half of this spun. I'm doing it super fine, and I'm gonna end ply it. I split the braid in half lengthwise, and then put it all into a center ball or a pearl ball as I spun it, so that it be end to end, and then so that when I end ply it, I can knit from both ends of the ball and have matching socks.
Cool.
That's the plan, anyways. So yeah. And then once I finish spinning that single, I plan on plying it all, and I'll have 4 classes. So that's good.
That is good.
Yeah. But, because my knitting and my other spinning projects, don't count because I started them before the month started. So I was like, I better spin some stuff because that I can do fast. But yeah, so that's all I've been spinning. I still have to finish up another spinning project that I had started. I talked about it last week. The bats from Classy Squid Fiber Company. But I figured I'd wait until other class items were done because it won't count for anything. So I haven't. Are you spinning anything?
Yeah. Well, kind of. Well, yeah, kind of. So I finished those roll eggs, and it's sitting on here to ply. And I can't decide if I wanted to Navajo ply it or spin it into a ball and double ply. I'm probably going to Navajo ply because I'm too lazy to spin it into a ball. And you can see, like, I did a mashup last year sometime, and of 2 Doctor Who clubs, and this was the Rory Roman colorway. And I had the same amount of fiber, but for whatever reason, this one just I had a bunch left over. So I think I might ply this one up too. But I'm like, since it's detention, I might wait because I already turned in detention. I might wait till next month to ply these and start something else because tomorrow is Friday, but Saturday is the festival for the school, and I have a booth, and I have a feeling it's going to be pretty slow. So I think I'm going to take my wheel and start something.
That's smart.
And I don't mean beating on the kids that touch my wheel. I'm going to start some.
I approve of that plan.
What, the kids that touch your wheel?
That too. No, I was going to say starting something new. But they need to learn respect of the wheel, so that's okay.
Yeah. No. I most of the time I'm just like, don't touch.
Funny thing, actually, I was spinning and Chloe's like, oh, that's really pretty color. And she's like pointing towards it. Now, I've had a wheel for how long? 10, 11 years. And this child knows not to touch it, right? You would think. So she's like looking. She's like, I really like how the color's going over here. It was the one that was like, not gradient. It was like transfiguration one. Yeah, and she like stuck her finger in and it went whack, and she's like, like totally got her finger, and I'm like, I'm like, you can't do that, and she got all mad and huffed off, and I was like, I didn't do it on purpose. Like, I've had this wheel for how long? Like, not to touch it.
Years.
Yeah,
really.
Like, 10, you should know not to do this by now. Like, you've seen me do this. She's like, I didn't know it would hit me. I'm like, it's spinning around. And I showed her. She's like, It was kind of funny though. When she was not around.
That's just funny. I don't remember if I used glow in the dark in these.
You gotta hold it up to the light.
Well, some of them I can tell, but this one is either a sparkly gray or it's the glow in the dark. So this one I'll have to figure out because I usually write if it glows in the dark.
Right.
So I don't know. Is that backwards? To me, it's backwards, but it says glows in the dark.
Yeah. No, it's not backwards to me.
Like this one, I know has glow in the dark in it. See,
it's pretty sweet. Is that your favorite shape now?
Well, I made one for myself, and it was like the prototype one that I made, and I adjusted it a little bit because it was too thin down here. And Peyton, the little toddler that I babysit, loves it, and she grabs it and was like, she like threw it because I was like, that's not yours. And it hit the floor and the end popped off. So I've made them thicker now so they won't pop off. Anyways, but I crocheted those blankets with that. And normally if I crochet that much, my hands will cramp because I'm like, I guess I grip the hook. So this so it's like bulbous, is what I call it. And it folded in your fist, and then you have this like this. So then I don't know, my hand didn't cramp at all, and I crocheted all those blankets.
Oh, that's awesome.
So yeah, I like it. But I mean, I still make like the other shapes and stuff too. So, but I had a bunch of them at the shows, and people at the last couple of shows I had, and people really liked them. So
that's great.
I know they sell them in this kind of shape, like at the store in plastic. But yeah. Okay. So spinning. Yes. I didn't look at it yet, but I got a bag of wool. One of the ladies who does the preschool, she has like a farm and she has a sheep and they sheared it. I have no idea what kind of sheep it is. I'm going to see her tomorrow, so I'm going to ask. I have no idea what kind of sheep it is, but I have the wool in the basement and I've been so busy, I haven't even had a chance to look at it. So I have wool. I have no idea what it is, but it's wool.
That's cool.
So yeah, so I'll have some like cleaning to do this summer.
That's fun.
So sewing. I've been doing a lot of sewing. I have a show this you know, and it's the festival, so I'm not expecting it to be a huge show. But Andy said everyone asks about what I do, so it'll be good for them to see, you
Yeah.
know. And it's a totally local thing. So, yeah. But I have a show in Frederick in June, and then I'm going to apply to one that's kind of local for July. So I've been sewing, you know, extra just to get ahead of the um, thing,
Yeah.
the schedule. Because then in September, I have Shenandoah Valley and Endless Mountains, which are big ones. So I'm going to be sewing through the summer to get those because those are big shows. And even last year, knowing how big they were, I still ran out. Not like ran out, but I was like slim pickings at the end, you know. So, and people don't like that. So,
That's cool though.
yeah. So, not only that, I tell you this last time? So, I made baby bibs. Did I show you a picture?
No, you told me you wanted to copy me and make them.
Okay, I totally copied you. And so, after the baby blanket weaving of hell, I made some little girl ones with like some girl fabric that I actually had on hand, and gave her the I'm trying to see if I can find a picture. Gave her they're like those bandana bibs, which they must be totally in style right now because she loved them, and I felt bad because I was just giving like 5 baby bibs, and
No, they're like all the rage right now. All the babies wear them.
but she liked it so much she wrote us a card and sent it to us, and then she messaged me on Facebook how much she loved them. Like that's how much she loved them. I can't even find the picture that I took, but
Oh.
I also, and I should have kept that picture because I made it in this month. Like I started it on the 2nd.
She'll just snap a picture of them for you.
Yeah, I will. And then I also made a bunch of boy bibs because a friend of mine is having her 4th kid, and it's a boy. And we were doing like a baby sprinkle, so not a shower, just a little thing. And so I made a bunch for her. I had like trains and just like zigzags and like a houndstooth pattern that I made. And so she got like maybe 7 or 8, and I made like smaller and bigger ones, and she really liked it too. And I was like feeling like, again, because they are really easy to sew.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I don't know what I did with those pictures. Maybe I uploaded it.
And for kids that drool a lot, like it's a cute way to not get their shirts soaked, you know?
What I did was I used fleece for the back and cotton flannel for the front.
Mm-hmm.
What did I do with that picture? I'm so mad. I took a picture of it on purpose to turn in for class. So then, so you know, you use those plastic baby snaps for like stuff. So I've been thinking about using my scraps of fabric to make double pointed needle holders.
Mm-hmm.
And since I had to get the tool to make the baby bibs, I started making those too. So I made a bunch, and I sent a bunch of flower ones for these are the extra ones for fat fiber.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna start carrying some. So these are like the 6-inch ones.
Okay.
And then I started, and I made like some longer ones. So like this one is a 7-inch, like if you have 7-inch double pointed needles, and then this one's like an 8-inch. So I made like a bunch of them. But like it's like, you know, like I like to have that for people so they can do it. But I was thinking if you had circular needles, you could just put those in there
Mm-hmm.
with your socks hanging down. I was looking for my sock there, so I'm not going to worry about it, to see if my theory works. So because you would like snap them in so hot. I'm sticking to the stuff on this table. You know, you could put your double pointed needles and let the loop, not double pointed needles, but your circular needles, and then it would just protect your needles.
Yeah.
And then you're, you know, yeah, it's too far. But yeah, so relatively easy to make and fun, and I can use up the smaller the fabric that I wouldn't use, but you know. So that's what I've been doing, sewing a lot.
Good. That's good.
Yeah.
I have not sewn anything, but that's okay.
Okay, so Jim, I finally today got the last shipment of dishcloths. So I hope tomorrow I will have time, probably tomorrow night, if not Saturday, to repackage everything and get them sent out, because I am putting something extra special from me in it for everyone. And I'm not going to tell you what, but it's not. It's just a small little surprise for you guys. And then I have to actually finish making those because I've been like so crazy busy doing everything else. I'm just kind of like frantic. And I have stuff to talk about when we get to random randomness.
Okay.
Let's move on to binging.
Okay, binging. So I kept reading the Chicagoland Vampire series, and I am now currently waiting for the last one, which is book 13 from the library. Actually, I can go pick it up tomorrow. I just saw that it's being held. So I'm excited for that. That's reading. Otherwise, I'm watching Bones again. I'm near the end of season 10, which I think there's 11 on Netflix. I'm not sure how many there are total.
Well, did it finish? I think the finale just came. They had the series finale just this past season, so I think there are probably 12 seasons.
Okay, so you know, I'm getting near the end. It's good. Also, I watched Switched at Birth. A new season came out on Netflix. Excuse me. So I watched that, and the kids are still watching Once. I think we're on season 4.
That's cool.
Yeah. So that's that.
So I've been reading a lot because I've been sewing a lot. So I've been audiobooking, which I consider reading because I'm still reading it. I'm still, but anyways, I am on book 11 or so of the Women of the Otherworld series. So I read most of them, except for there were two that the last two I kind of skipped. No, there were two that, not the last two, but I'm on 11. So 10 I read, 8 and 9 I skipped because their characters I didn't really care about. Because the series is like Women of the Otherworld, like the supernatural women, and mainly I really like the werewolves, and I kind of like the witch stories, but I don't really care about the new characters that she introduced in the 8th and the 9th book, because I was like, they, you know, like you kind of heard about them a little bit in the series, but I wasn't invested in them and I didn't care to read them. So I skipped them and went on to the next werewolf one, which makes me sad because that this is the series that the Bitten TV show was made for, and they changed so much of that series. It just kind of annoys me because the books were interesting enough. They didn't really need to change it. But you know how they are for movies.
Yeah.
But it makes me sad because now the last 3 books are all about Savannah, which you meet her in like the second or third, the third and fourth books. And she's like a girl. And so now she's like older. Like, so it's like every book is like a year or 2 later, and you know, they catch you up. It's good. And I really like it, but I'm like, I feel like the books are getting shorter, if that makes sense. And I'm like, I really liked the werewolf thing. And I kind of wish that she would bring it around instead of ending it with Savannah, end it with the werewolves, because that's what I like. But anyways, I'm reading through that. And I also read, she has like a collection of short stories that ties in. Like one's called Men of the Other World, so it talks about the men, and then one is like stories from the other world. So I read those two, you know, and they were like little stories that are alluded to in the books, but like you actually get the backstory of Clay and Allena and stuff like that. So yeah, so that's what I'm on, and I'm like liking it, but I'm not as attached as the Mercy Thompson series, if that makes sense. So, but it's good. You know, and I like it. I think I really like it because Elena's like 30 something, and you know, and then the witch part, they're like in their 20s. So it's kind of nice to have like an older, more mature storyline kind of, and yeah. But anyway, so that's what I've been reading. Then watching, I haven't been really watching anything, but on Mother's Day, I just sat on the couch. I didn't go to church. It was Mother's Day, and I got to pick whatever we watched. So we straight up binged Anne with an E, like all 7 episodes. So good. Like I always liked Anne of Green Gables, and I like the movies, but then the series, oh, it's very good. So we watched that, and I've also been watching Good Witch, the 2nd season. Which
I tried to watch that first season and like I couldn't do it. It annoyed me.
Okay. So I started watching because when Netflix first came out, they had a movie called Good Witch, and I watched it, and it was good. And then the series came out like how many years later? So I watched it, and I like remembered parts of it. Okay. So I went on Amazon to see if they had like the movie. And it ends up there was like at least 4 or 5 different movies in the series. So like the movies is like way before that. The girl is from Wizards of Waverly Place when Max turns into a girl. So that's what I think of every time I see her. But anyways, it's back before she was even born. It's like when the lady is meeting her dad. Like it's her husband, and then it's that girl's dad. But anyways, so I'm like, oh, I wish that Netflix would have like all of those movies so I could catch up. But I've been watching it. Like it's like just like a cheesy TV show, and the lady kind of annoys me. Like she should have stayed away from the plastic surgery, but I still like it because I liked the original movie that I watched. I liked it, and then I liked the story. You know, it's. But I've been watching.
Like I said, I tried, and I think I probably watched like 3 or 4 episodes of it, and I was just like, I can't do this anymore. And then I hopped onto something else. Like maybe I'll go back again and watch it, but
yeah, it's super cheesy, but you know, it's whatever. I watch it whenever I feel like I need to watch something like sugary sweet, basically. Right. But yeah, so then we watched Anne with the E. It was really good. I really like that series, and I hope they bring out a 2nd season very soon.
Sure.
You know, so
yeah.
But that's about it for binging. So, randomness.
Random.
And I was going to tell you something, and now I don't.
Oh, you're funny. That's bad.
I know. New mugs. Did I tell you about my new mugs?
No.
I'm going to see if I can find pictures. So I got new mugs. We were, so Madison had prom. So like last time we talked was 2 weeks ago. Madison had prom, and which was just basically they all went out to dinner. And I chaperoned because we were going to go see Guardians of the Galaxy 2 because it was that weekend that it came out. But the stupid place that we ate at was so slow. We didn't get out of there in time. So we just went to Target. Not a problem. I got the coolest mugs at Target. So I got this like Tervis-like mug, and it's like awesome Slytherin mug.
That's cool.
I know. Then I got this mug. Let me see if I can.
From Target?
Yeah. I was so ecstatic. And I also picked up the second publishing of, or not second, but the new Fantastic Beasts book, not the screenplay, but the book, like the actual book. And it had North American animals in it now too. So I was super excited about that because I like reading about them. So I picked up that one. Okay, and so look at this mug that I got there too. It's a cauldron. And so I got that mug too. So yeah, it's awesome.
That's way cool.
Like, totally cool. And I also cool is Andrea, what is her Ravelry name? I forget. But she was posting, like, she had made these postcards and she was just going to send them to people if they wanted them. So she sent them to me, and they're like knitting related postcards. They're
cute.
awesome. So I got like those in the mail. I'm trying to think. I always look. So then also happening, we sheared the rabbit. All skinny again. And he's like loves hay, so he always tries to get out of the little cage. And did I tell you we moved him downstairs?
Yeah.
Okay. So then the school had their drama. So there's like everything is happening right now. Like, I'm not even kidding. So the school drama was last weekend, and Madison was the March Hare. That's her in the middle, and her friend is on the side, and she is the Cheshire Cat, and then that's her other friend is the Mad Hatter. They did a really good job. Like, you know, for small school, small production. But yeah, so like last year the play was kind of horrible, and it was so much better and wonderful. I loved it, and it was Alice in Wonderland, so it was a lot of fun, and they did a really good job. It was just, I really enjoyed it.
That's cool.
But I think that's what, there was something I was talking about earlier, but I don't remember what. So I will think about it and see if I think of it.
That's okay. Yeah, so, we're getting crazier here with end of school stuff. We've had some concerts, and the kids are going on field trips, and I don't know, craziness, it seems like. Gabe had 2 teeth pulled yesterday.
How come?
For his braces, like, he probably gets it from me. I had 4 pulled before I had braces, and then my molars when I was done, so they wouldn't screw up my teeth. So anyways, it's like overcrowded. So they took 2 from his bottom and pulled them out. But they're like huge. They're like, thanks. I'm like, they gave them to him. I'm like, you should make those into like a necklace. Like a shark tooth necklace. I thought it would be funny. Anyways, so he's like hopped up on some pain meds.
Is he doing okay though? He's okay?
Yeah. I mean, it's not wisdom teeth. They're not as bad, but it's a little painful. But he's okay. Yeah, it was kind of funny though. What else happened? Oh, so Mother's Day, right? You know, I got the normal cheesy little cards from a couple of them, and Leah was so funny. She's like, I normally in school they make you do things, but now because I'm older, they don't have you do things for Mother's Day, and I didn't know what it was at first, and blah blah blah. But she, all on her own, baked a cake, a 2-layer cake, frosted it, and decorated it all on her own. Actually, I took a picture. Let me find it. Yeah, totally sweet and yummy, and it was chocolate. And good.
Awesome.
Well, she bought like canned frosting and stuff, you know, which is totally fine.
That's what I use because it's easy.
I'm not judging or anything.
Because I am not a cake decorator.
And then she bought, well, Joe with her. Like, I knew she was doing it because she's like, there's no way I can do this to surprise you, because Joe worked on Saturday night. So she's like, I'm baking a cake. You're not allowed to come in. I'm like, okay.
Sweet though.
But she bought those like tubes of frosting, which really don't taste that great to decorate. But there it is.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah. So it was kind of funny. It is cool to have a cake that I'd never make.
That is awesome.
But also Joe did very good. I got I guess I'll show the picture because I have it here, but it's kind of ginormous. It's called the Laundry Alternative Ninja,
What?
but it's a spin dryer. Have you seen on, like, here is a picture. So dyers on Instagram and stuff, I've seen it used where, okay, so like
Well,
when I did wool,
for if you're traveling a lot to do your clothes, but go on.
if you have an apartment, so it spins, it's electrical, you plug it in and it spins all the water out. I'll see if I can actually take this thing out. See, it's like right here.
Holy cow.
But so it opens up, you can put stuff in it, plug it in, it spins it out. It has like a drain, you like put a bowl or a bucket underneath it and it gets all the excess water out. But I've seen like, like indie dyers use it and it helps their yarn and fiber dry way more fast. So I'm very excited because the last time I dyed wool, it took like 4 days for the stupid stuff to dry because I just have to hang it and let it go. And like, it's a pain. So anyway, I'm excited to use that. It should help. I'm going to test it out on my yarn once I spin up or once I ply up all the hand spun. But you can use it for like anything, like swimsuits in the summer if you want to like wring out the water, or hand knits, dry them. You just put them in there and it gets out the excess water and then you lay them flat to finish drying. I'm excited. It'll be a handy dandy thing to have. But yeah, so he did very good. He had a friend at work order it a couple weeks ago on Amazon.
Did you know about it at all?
Well, I had put it on my Amazon wish list a while ago, saying I ordered it. So, but yeah, no. So he did good. So I was excited.
That is awesome.
It is. What else was I gonna say? Yeah. Okay. So I totally fell off the wagon with my 100 days of Rolex on Instagram. I think Easter and Mother's Day kind of hit me hard with the anniversary of Mom. That kind of stuff. So I've kind of been in a slump. And I stopped doing the Rolex. So I need to get back into it. And I'm just going to start up from the days that I left off, even though it's not.
That's fine.
With,
you can do your...
with like everyone else that's doing the 100-day things. Yeah. I'm just going to do it. Because it'll be good. So I'm going to start that up again.
Well, if you want, because I told you I did Fat Fiber, they're doing the Bee's Knees this month.
Okay.
They need a couple more contributors, and I don't remember what the new dates were for sending stuff in though.
I should. I did that once or twice, but I should really do it again. Because I've been doing better if I like post stuff and whatever.
So to elevate your Instagram with Tara Swiger, and I totally failed at that too because it was like right around Mother's Day, and it was like craziness. But yeah, so yeah, like that's why I skipped Mother's Day at church.
Oh yeah,
it was a full like week after. That week before was the senior breakfast for the seniors in the youth group. So we went and it was like really nice. Like they just talked to you about like how much they enjoyed your kid through the last 4 years type of thing. It was very nice and sad. And they made us breakfast. But, it was really good. Like all this stuff going on, we haven't had like any breaks.
Yeah.
At all. So, yeah. Madison's graduating next week.
That's crazy. She excited.
So I remember what I was going to tell you. So I'm planning a graduation party, and I am not like super smart with that stuff, like you and Lauren and Dawn and all, like you make cute stuff like Pinterest parties, and I cannot do that.
Not
So
me.
I was looking today like on Pinterest, like, and I was like, oh my gosh. And then I like went over to the like make your own sunscreen, like, you know how Pinterest is.
Yeah.
I put like a ton of stuff like shea butter and coconut, not coconut, cocoa butter, and all the like beeswax in my Amazon queue, because I was like, oh, I'm gonna make my own lotion bars for sunscreen, and I put zinc in there. But then I went back and I was looking and I was like, my graduation party is not going to be this awesome. But I think I'm going to get those pirouette things, that, you know, those coffee things. They're like coffee cookies, and then you just tie a ribbon around it and it looks like a diploma. So I might do that. But for the most part, I'm just going to be like low key. I don't know if I should have games or not. It's just like a couple of hours, so
Yeah, no, just keep it low key. Those are the fun ones anyways.
I was like looking on Pinterest and I found this like seriously rabbit hole. Found how to like make like a balloon thing, and like how to get them to hang really easily. So I think I might do that for decoration, because you know that's oh, but I don't know. So I'm like kind of like freaking out. Like we have the festival this weekend, and then the next weekend is Madison's graduation party. So I'm just kind of like in overdrive and not even ready for anything.
I bet. We've been getting our garden ready. And also, like, Joe, we rented a rototiller for the gardens, but also for half the yard that is all dirt, and we're gonna like really try to plant real grass in our yard, so it's not like so horribly dirty. But yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So then last night, as I was putting the kids to bed, I totally stubbed my toe. Not even my pinky toe, like hit a thing and like got bent out, and it is bruised like 2 inches around my whole pinky, and like I can barely walk today. I pretty much just sat around all day because it like hurts so much. I'm like hobbling around every time I get up and try to move. But I'm so mad because I'm like, I always do that like right around summer too, and I stub my toe or break it or something. I don't know, but you can't do anything for them.
Have peppermint essential oil, or wintergreen. Put those on like coconut oil and rub it on. It's not gonna like fix it, but it'll help it feel better.
Yeah, I've been putting arnica on it and icing it the day, but I'm like, oh my goodness, it was like so painful that I like started laughing, like one of those like where I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna yell obscenities, but then I just started laughing, and the kids all come out of the room, so like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "No." I couldn't stop for like 5 minutes. And they're like, "Why are you laughing?" I'm like, "Because it hurts so bad."
Yeah, I would have been like,
it was funny.
I can't control that. Yeah, that would have been bad. So
that's what it is.
So yeah, I think that's it. We'll probably talk to you again in 2 weeks. If you're lucky, it'll be a week, but I'm gonna say probably 2.
Okay.
So we'll see you guys, and have a good week.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.